I don't remember anything about acting school other than hanging out with you.
I remember a little more than that. I'm Haley Griswold.
And I'm Jake Deyton.
And this is The Lost Lore. You never told me that.
Hi, Haley.
Hi, Jake.
We're sitting here on the couch.
On the couch.
Filming our podcast.
And
the concept, we talked for a long time about what we wanted it to be about.
Right.
And we were like, we know each other so well. Like, how long have we known each other?
10 years. This year. And we've been really ultimate besties for almost 7, I'd say.
There is still, daily in conversation, we realize that there is so much that we don't know about each other.
So much. Like, I didn't know you were married to that guy who lives here.
That's my helper.
Oh, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were his helper. Interesting. Well, let's make sure everybody knows who we are.
Yeah.
This is my best friend, Jake, who I met in acting school. So first and foremost, he is an attention seeker. Second of all, he is an amazing writer. Definitely going to be a published author. He'll roll his eyes, but he will. He's a fantastic writer. He's a great actor. He's hilarious. And me, and do me.
Haley is a fantastic stand-up comedian. She has done so much work in New York. She has the most incredible shows. Also a fantastic writer. Show-stopping beauty. I mean, look at the material. She is the mother I never had.
Oh.
She is the sister everyone deserves. She is the friend. What is it she says?
Me having to tell you about me now? The quote about me?
But
I do want to say on that note, because you're giving me such high praise, Jake is also a new father and killing it. That is probably what I should have said as your number 1, but I'm selfish, so I was like, number 1, he's my best friend. Number 2, he's an asshole. Number 3, he is an amazing dad.
Talk about, Haley thought our friendship was over. Like, literally, I remember when we were, like, trying to have a baby forever. It was, like, a long process. And Haley, like, we would put on a veil, like a black veil, when we would discuss it. She would wear, like, a black gown and be like, this is the end.
I was in mourning.
I'm grateful for the friendship we had, but this is it.
Yeah, see you in 18 years. Yeah.
And now, we are closer than ever. You have been to my house more times since Henry was born than you had been all the time before put together.
No, I refused to come before he was born. And now
we live 40 minutes from each other, and Haley's always like, I mean, to be fair, so am I.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but now he has an excuse to not do the drive. I have to do it because of the baby. Well, we're both Southern. Where are you from? Let's say that first.
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina, about an hour north of Asheville, like mountains, very, very like small town, like 400 people, like true small town.
Yeah. Like I've been there, and it's like this is where the Smurfs live.
And Haley is literally from a town called Niceville, which is one of my favorite facts about you.
And I actually am the prom queen of Niceville High. Just want to get that out the bat that you guys are watching royalty. I was in my town is a bit bigger than yours, but I would definitely say like small town feel for sure. Yeah. And we met in college. Mm-hmm. And we know so much about each other. We went through college, acting school specifically. We went to NYU.
We did. And
to be clear, we have our credentials here.
And over there.
Mine's not yet framed. Please watch this podcast so we can get it framed.
On the way.
So we wanted to do the Lost Lore because there is so much lost lore. We know a lot about each other, but there's plenty that we realize, like you said, every day that we don't know. And
anything. I mean, like first dance, first kiss, like virginity loss, like, the topics are kind of endless.
Yeah,
like
they're
you have
endless.
Someone who is so close to you, but there are still huge parts of your life that surprised me. The other day, Haley referred to siblings of hers that I didn't know existed. People are like, are you guys even best friends?
Right. No, I know, seriously.
But like we are. Like
we are
literally
best friends. We talk every day.
Talk every single day. And talk about everything. Like
everything.
Haley could probably like draw a I was going to get too dirty.
Pass, next.
But it's funny what you miss. Like, because you just get so caught up in your life and like what's going on presently that it's like.
So this podcast is to catch up on everything we missed when we should have been having sleepovers together when we were kids, pretty much.
And today's topic is something very, very special and near and dear to both
Well, let's
our
say
hearts.
Jake is sort of a renowned Taylor Swift TikToker.
Yes.
We saw Taylor Swift in concert together. We went to the Eras Tour together twice. And then we did go as well individually without each other. And for anyone who thinks we're greedy for going that many times, we haven't had a good time since, so it was worth the investment, right?
And I will say, too, the times, I mean, every single time I went to the Air Store was great, but, like, the nights that we were there together were so special to me.
Like, some of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
Seriously. So I think because of that, it's only natural that today we take it away and talk about Lady Gaga. Yeah. This was, like, one of the first times when we sort of looked at each other like, I knew you were a little monster.
Yeah.
You did not know that I was a little monster. And I mean...
she said paws up.
Oh, the paws are up. But do you know how I came to love Lady Gaga?
No.
Okay.
See?
So the year is 2008. Just Dance is coming out. At this point, I'm believing no song will ever top Shawty Had Them Apple Bottom Jeans, boots with the fur.
Whole club was looking at her.
Right. Okay. That's the peak of music for me. Every morning I would put on VH1 and I'd watch the music videos, and I was like getting ready. And by getting ready, I was straightening my already straight hair. And I was like, in the vanity looking at myself, and then like over my shoulder I hear a little and I kind of turn and it's over. Just dance and I'll be okay. And since then, it was literally that. And then God forbid we even get into when Love Game came out.
Oh my God.
Because we're both from the South. I was incredibly sheltered as far as sex was concerned. Love Game came out, and just the sort of natural rock that comes in your hips when you're listening to Love Game, you kind of understand.
Did you know that the steering wheel has a mute button?
No.
I do, because my mom was a frequent user. So I was also very sheltered growing up.
Okay.
I remember my mom, in country songs, mind you, my mom would mute Damn, would mute Hell.
Right.
And so Love Game was also quite, an eye-opening experience for me.
She would be like, let's play I want to take a mute on that ride on your
I want to take a on your mute.
Exactly. Didn't you tell me that you, in preparation for this, you did share something?
A full body shave. Oh, what?
Oh my God. Okay. you showed me the thing on your Facebook.
Yes. From the Monster Ball?
Yes.
So the Monster Ball was my first concert. I was 14.
Can you break down the Monster Ball for people who aren't familiar with Mother Monster?
What is the Monster Ball? So I actually would say that this was one of the cultural events of our lifetimes. Like, I would say, like, Eras Tour, touching it, Monster Ball. Like, I was so...
There's a 14-year-old inside of you that, like, doesn't agree with your current ranking. He's like, it's Monster Ball, Monster Ball, then the Eras Tour.
I mean, it was sex. It was drugs. It was rock and roll.
And it was with who that you went?
My mom.
Right.
My poor Southern mother.
Who does not have the steering wheel mute
who couldn't
at this
mute
concert.
The Monster Ball.
Right.
And my mom happened to get a nosebleed. We were in the literal nosebleeds. We were like as far as
and
we
I
go
think
up in the
that
stadium.
is the way to describe the Monster Ball, that your Southern mother got a nosebleed.
I mean, it was, people are like having sex on stage, basically. Lady Gaga is wearing a nun outfit made out of latex with like little cross stickers on her nipples. And she had a disco stick, and it was big, kind of prop that had this, it looked like a rock candy on one side and had a big long stick on the other. And she'd like beam it out into the audience, and like, it was just fantastic. But a lot for a Southern lady. And so my mom got a nosebleed and she left. And that was right around when Alejandro came on, and that's when the blood fountain comes out. And it sounds made up, but...
This actually sounds crazy.
It is. Yeah. It's an angel, and it bleeds. And Lady Gaga gets in the fountain and rubs the blood all over herself. And then a couple of, like, men wearing the skimpiest of Speedos, I mean, like, dental floss, come out and start making out on stage. And the whole show, Lady Gaga's like, "Where are my gays at? I love my gays. If you're gay, put your hands in the air and scream." And so, like, my mom is sitting next to me, so I'm just like, not me.
Yeah, you're like, wow, there's a lot of them here unexpectedly. I thought we were all here because we just thought she was hot.
When my mom's in the bathroom,
I'll be Gaga. Where are my gays at?
Right here! Let's just say 14,000 people were the first to see me come out.
That is so cute.
At 14.
I love it. So that was a really formative experience for you then.
Definitely. I mean, I really...
Are you seriously checking to see if you closed your rings right now?
18,000 steps.
I took mine off out of respect for myself during the podcast. So now she has a new song out, Abracadabra, which premiered at the Grammys.
When that video came on, I did feel 14.
Yeah, I was.
I heard my parents crying around the kitchen table about the financial crisis.
Yes,
like,
of course.
in my ear.
Of course.
Like, it truly was transformative. It like took me back to a place that I had not visited in some time.
It took me back to a place where, like, when is the Orbit dirty mouth? Clean it up. Commercial should be the next thing to come on. Like, I was Aflac, all that. That's what I was wanting to see.
And
next.
she, the level that she brings it. I mean, like, you know, each pop star I feel like has their kind of shtick and has their like kind of what you look to them for. Lady Gaga says, I'm gonna be a pop star. I'm gonna do choreography. Like,
and by the way, I'm gonna be so weird.
The thing that made me the happiest of all of this, the song 10 out of 10, the choreography 10 out of 10, video 10 out of 10. The thing where I was like, we are so fucking back is when I was on Twitter and I saw people calling her the devil. I was like, we've made it.
Right.
We're in 2008. People were like, this is a satanic ritual.
Yes.
This is like, don't let your kids see Lady
100%.
Gaga. And meanwhile, we have baby Henry glued to the screen.
Yeah.
Like,
Henry, who we like make sure he doesn't look at any screens ever. This, I'm like, focus.
It's time for your education, son. But I remember when, talk about iconic career moments that like, do people know about this? Like the children need to know. Judas, which has had a second life on TikTok. You know, it's gone viral. People do the choreography. People know the song. I track the daily streams. And I remember vividly the song leaked. And so she released it a few days early. Good Friday before Easter. Judas music video. I remember driving to my grandparents' house, my mom in the car, me blasting the song. And my mom was like, you know, she was bopping, she was jamming. And then she turned it down and she was like, did she just say she's in love with Judas? And I was like, Mom, it's a metaphor.
That's so funny.
The Christians were gagged.
Oh my
like,
God,
to release that song Easter weekend.
Suddenly, I Kissed a Girl is like not a
Nothing.
big deal. Nothing.
Child's
at all.
play.
Nothing at all. Yeah. No, you could play that one at church. No, not Judas though. No, Gaga, and I saw a tweet too that said she's always best when she's vaguely Catholic.
Oh, big time.
Big time. When she's vaguely Catholic, making up languages,
putting her name in her song.
Putting her names in her song.
That's it. That's the holy trinity of Lady Gaga.
Okay, so what would you say is your favorite Lady Gaga song?
That's such a hard question. I remember I have.
Would
such
it be better to
distinct...
do a top 5?
Sure.
Okay.
I can do like a couple of like distinct moments, like paparazzi. Let's talk about a moment for the culture. The paparazzi performance at the VMAs. This is revered in gay circles. I mean, I don't need to tell anyone in the gay world about this performance. But for those of you who don't know, because I know I have a lot of allies that follow, paparazzi at the VMAs is the best live performance that anyone has ever performed, ever. And you know how I feel about Taylor Swift. And I am 10 toes down on business for Taylor Swift. I am the biggest Tay warrior that has ever lived. Taylor Swift is my favorite artist of all time. That relationship is special and singular. And paparazzi at the VMAs is the best performance of all time. Are you familiar? Have you seen the ancient texts?
Here's the thing. I'm sure that I am.
She hangs herself on stage. Spoiler alert.
Okay. That's all you needed to. I do know what you're talking about.
She has a blood pack. Full body chills, emotional. I could cry. She is at the piano, slamming that piano. I can hear the piano. And she whips her hair. She stands up. She's wearing this 2-piece white, like beautiful, sexy outfit. And then she's in the last chorus. You know, I'm your biggest fan. I follow you. And then looks down. Blood coming down. Takes her hand, notices, sees, she's acting. She sees the blood. She's like, singing, live, singing, blood on face, clutching chest, like, I'm dying, like, singing. The dancers are lifting her into the air. She's smearing the blood all over her face. It's in her eye, singing the end of this song. And then she starts screaming. And the dancers surround her, and you can't see anything. And then she starts to rise, and she's on a noose. And her head is this. And at the end of the performance, she, like, throws her microphone down, like, and is, like, dead. Like, yes, glassy-eyed, yes. Blood in eyes, microphone clatters to the floor, cameras going off. Paparazzi!
Genius. I love it. History was made that day, darling.
To answer your question, Paparazzi was the first.
Okay.
Where I remember being like, this is my favorite song.
Okay.
Then I would say The Edge of Glory.
Right.
Underappreciated, very underappreciated, kind of underground. And I remember the day.
Is Edge of Glory underground?
When I say underground, Edge of Glory should be Call Me Maybe. Edge of Glory should be,
okay.
It should have a bit more flowers, but yeah, it was a hit. I would say those, the Paparazzi, The Edge of Glory, and then a bunch of like songs that are less well known. Shiza, The Monsters, no, I'll say that. Heavy Metal Lover, The Monsters. Paws Up, baby, I know you know. Dancing in Circles. If you doubted my credentials, how about Stuck on Fucking You? I bet you don't know that one. I bet even the Monsters don't know that one.
If you enjoy listening to our podcast, please consider subscribing to our Patreon. We have a ton of exclusive content over there, including the full-length video episodes of our podcast.
Patreon is definitely the best way to go. It is the most likely place where we will be able to read your comments, interact with you, and maybe ask you some questions about your lost lore.
Thanks for tuning in. We will see you on Patreon.